Hello and welcome to the Awesome 180 channel. I'm Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. And today we're going to be talking about the ego, the sense of self. We're so used to hearing this phrase saying, that guy has a very big ego, or that person, he only cares about themselves. And very often we find ourselves in relationships with people who have these huge egos. So firstly, let's figure out what to do if we are the person with the big ego. And the second thing to do is let's figure out if we are the person in a relationship with someone with that ego. So the first thing I want you to understand is that what an ego is. An ego is a sense of self. That means I have a sense of self. That means that where does the world around me exist up to? For somebody with an ego, their world exists up to the end of their nose, right? It's wherever they end, their ego ends or the sense of world ends. So anybody in a relationship with them always will feel like an outsider because they're never welcomed, they're never part of their companion's sense of self. So that's the first big issue with the ego. The second thing with the person with a big ego is that they cannot see something from another person's perspective. Whenever you're in a relationship, you always want to feel like you're together with someone. You want your points to be heard. You want your perspective to be at least taken into consideration, if not always agreed upon. A person with a big ego cannot even see things or even predict things from another person's point of view. So this is where a large part of disagreements in relationships, especially when you're with somebody with an ego, comes in. The next funny thing with somebody who has an ego is that they're already in a relationship. So technically, you are the third person. You're the other woman or the other guy. See, a person who has a very big ego is already in a relationship with themselves. It is them and them that is together in this relationship. You are always going to be an outsider. Unless this person starts to learn to change this behavior, their relationships are going to suffer dramatically. And unfortunately, if you're in a relationship with someone with a big ego, you are going to be at the brunt of it. The other big problem with somebody who has a big ego is they believe that they can do no wrong. So as a result, everything wrong that happens in the relationship is always going to be your fault. Can you imagine being blamed for everything? There's a phrase called gaslighting. And this is exactly what happens. Gaslighting is when you believe everything actually started with you and is a problem that you created. Now, that is the power of somebody with an ego because their sense of self is so strong, they cannot think about it in any other way apart from, of course it is your fault. How can it not be your fault? The penny doesn't drop in their minds. So, if you are a person with this ego, if you see this kind of things taking place in your relationship, or if you find your partner telling you that you have a big ego, the first thing is to notice how many times do you use the word I. I feel we should be doing this. I feel we should have dal rice for lunch today. I feel we should go for a walk. Oh, this is my fish that you took. Oh, this is my achar. I feel this. Everything is I, me. See, when you're in a relationship, everything's supposed to be shared. How can everything be yours? Catch yourself doing this and start using the word we or ours or us. Become more inclusive. You'll notice that even in the podcast, I consciously try not to talk about me, I, myself. Even in these videos, it is not about what I feel you should do. I give you an idea and then I let you make a choice. It's the same principle when it comes to thinking about your ego. So first catch yourself with the I, me. The second is take your time, sit down, make an appointment in a schedule with your partner to actually understand their perspective. This is all about improving your communication skills. Ask them, what is it that you feel? What is it going on in your mind? What do you think about this particular thing? Did I do something that was wrong? How can we improve ourselves? What can we do to make this relationship better? And you will see, you'll be surprised actually by the kind of response that you would get. Maybe this is the first time that they've been heard in a long time and they might actually feel lots of love and affection for you, but after first giving you all the stuff that they felt unheard of earlier. If you're in a relationship with someone who has a big ego like this, the first thing that you have to do is you have to make yourself be heard. So what you have to do is you have to first understand that this person cannot see you and does not understand you. You have to explain to them what is happening. Why do you feel so disconnected with them? Teach them that there are 3 things that you can do. One is start including me in the ideas, asking for my opinion, start letting me have a few wins once in a while. All these things are important. It is a relationship together that needs to work. And if it still doesn't work, make sure that you tell them. Say that this is not working for me, we have to find another solution. If you need, go for couples therapy, go for counseling. Do these things because your relationship is worth saving. And unfortunately, the person at the other end, the person with the ego, cannot see this. They cannot understand it. There is a blank wall in front of them. You will in fact try breaking your head against the wall trying to make them change. But they have to first understand this. And once the penny drops, the change will take place. So start focusing on this and start seeing a difference. You know, the ego, after all, is nothing but a habit. It comes to us from a sense of self when we were kids. Maybe we got a lot of praise from our parents. Maybe we got a lot of praise from our teachers, and all of that has stuck in our mind. We believe we can do no wrong. So start learning that you can break it, because ultimately it's a habit. It is not in your genes, it is not who you are, it's probably just how you were brought up. Start making a change, because you can now change the way that your relationship goes forward. Let this ego aside. To be honest, the world is better together. Not my ego, your ego, your ego. That's how everything gets divided. Together, we're all stronger. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button, because it really makes a difference. It helps with the algorithm. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you like videos like this. We put out new videos every week. I'm Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. And remember, awesome lives, they start with awesome habits.